Hey guys, Buckskin Dave here. Well, still waiting for stuff. Let's see. I should be getting within 5 days or so of getting my reamer. So we can ream that barrel out and get back to work on that Sharps rifle, that 50. I've been doing a lot of research for loading. I want to develop a black powder load, which is easy. Fill the case, squash it a 1/16 of an inch, and then work from there out. So I'm working on that. Been making bullets. I've been casting bullets. Teaspoon's been running around just like picking up wood and stuff. And what I'm doing today is I'm busting up these pallets, and as I get, you know, most of them are going right there, but I'm getting some nice boards that are kind of in the same thing as barn wood. So I have a few projects that's going to come in handy. If I come to one that they bust up and don't come, you know, they don't come apart easy, they go in here. But every once in a while you get a hold of some really nice pieces, especially when you have this many of them. There's a few down here in the bottom of this stack that are going to be very, very good. And like I say, I got some projects. One of the things I want to make is a 18th century cooler, so I can make a box. And then I've been getting these, Sarah's been ordering these vegetables, and they come in a box, and they have this insulation material that's kind of like some kind of woolish type material, cottonish to woolly. It's not an artificial fiber, at least it don't look like one. So I was going to line it with that and maybe make a box that you could keep your food stuff in and still look 18th century. And then I have a couple other projects in the house that require barnwood looking type wood. So that's what I'm working on today. But it doesn't mean that a fella can't once in a while take a shot with his buffalo rifle. You know, I could just imagine the buffalo hunters sitting around a fire cooking a hump or loading bullets or whatever, and all of a sudden get snuck up on by some bad guy, you know, trying to get his hides or try to get his hide. So he probably had to do some shooting while he was doing all this. So every once in a while when I'm doing this, I'll pick up a round. Okay, so apparently I wasn't paying attention. These bad guys got a little close. So here we go. I want to remind you guys, it might look like I shoot around buildings and stuff, and I do that all the time. And I teach tactical training, and you know, to be realistic, you have to shoot around buildings and stuff. But this is a dedicated range, and everything is done in a very safe manner. So you stay there. So anyway, come here. Go over there. Even got to keep an eye on Teaspoon. Anyway, these bad guys snuck up on me, so they're a little close. Wow. So you could have been sitting here having your breakfast, and a herd of buffaloes went by, say. So you grab your trusty gimmer and head on over to take care of that. So you walk over to your tractor, your 1872 tractor, so that you have a good rest, and see if you can put in one more buffalo for today. I love shooting this gimmer. That was a that's a 4590 load. That one, a 520 grain bullet. So I'm gonna have a good bit of lead up there in front of that target when the snow goes away. Bring it in and melt it down for more bullets. Man, that Sharps hits hard, don't it? Anyway, I'm going to work on this a little longer. The next time you see me, I'll be in the shop and we'll be doing something. Unless I shoot another round. Never know with me. Some of the things I've been working on while I'm waiting for parts and stuff is these smokeless loads. And don't get me wrong, I mean, these are black powder cartridges. They're designed for black powder. I like shooting them with black powder. But I also like to be able to be versatile with them. And the problem is, this book here is the Lyman Reloading Handbook. It's the 46th edition. 46. The newest one, I believe, is 50th. And so there's more than, I know there's more than a year in between each one. It's a certain period of time that they do another one. The point being is, in this older one, it has the 50-70 government, the 50-90 sharps, and the 5140, which are, it's one of the cases that I'm working with here. So it's a starting point, okay? The powder is recommended then. You got to remember now, this 46th edition, they didn't have 5744 or Varget. And those two powders, well, Mike Venturino, and I just learned that he passed, and which you all should take a moment of silence. He did a lot for buffalo rifle people as far as his writing on cast bullets and stuff like that. Good man. I met him in Coeur d'Alene, up in that Coeur d'Alene area when we'd have cowboy shoots. I'd see him once in a while up there. Great guy. But anyway, he's a fan. He's a proponent of that 5744, which I have used too. This book, some of the smokeless powders they use here on their loads are unique: 4759, 4227, 4198, and 3031. And that's for the sharp, for the 5090, and it's also, they use the same ones for the 5070. And anyway, they have some loads to get started with. So it's a place to go. I have noticed that loading table that's online has the 5140 listed, and they are loading Varget. And their minimum load for the 5140 of Varget is like 90 grains of Varget. Don't try this, okay? Go look it up yourself. This is not a recommendation. That seems like a lot of powder to me in one of these old cases. But what's good about the Varget, or what I've been hearing about the Varget, is it more nearly fills the case than some of these older powders. So I'm going to experiment with it, but I don't know if I'm going to start. And that's for 5140, okay? You got to remember, this is a 5090, and so I don't know what the load will be, but I'm going to do some more research on it. That Varget would be a nice powder. What I like to find is a powder that I can't double charge by accident, and one that fills the case quite a bit more. It'll spill out before you double charge it, so you can't make that mistake. Double charge would probably cause you a very serious problem. But so that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm working with. But like I say, don't think I'm a proponent of smokeless powder in here. In these days, it's good to have alternates. Okay? If you can't get black powder, you need to have a smokeless that you can take and use. Now the other thing is take a look on the internet these days, and smokeless powder is gone. Mid-South, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. All the other places that I get out of stock. So that's where black powder might come in handy. And if you can't get black powder, at least you can make black powder. And so now the only thing you got to worry about is primers. You make sure you have enough primers, because you can get lead melted down. If you got the cases, with the pressures you're dealing with, the cases will last forever. 100 cases will last you forever. And powder, if you can't get black powder and you can't get smokeless powder, I suppose you can make black powder. Primers. Okay, make sure you have a lot of primers. So I like to do it so I have alternations. I don't want to make a magnum out of it. I want the same velocities. I just want ulterior things that I can use so I can keep shooting in these perilous days that we have ahead of us. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing this afternoon, is I'm fiddling around with some of this stuff. I don't have the other thing I'm waiting for is the bullet sizer for these 50 caliber bullets. So I'm piddling with the 45-90 because I have all the stuff for that. So anyway, guys, you know, we romanticize the buffalo era and the buffalo hunt and all that part of history, and it is part of history, so we can't look away. But it really is something that we should take as a learning lesson, and try to curb our greed. You know, try to respect the animal that you're hunting, and realize that it's given its life for you to have that experience, and for having that good nutritious meat to take with you. So anyway, I'm Buckskin Dave. Thanks for joining me this time, and stay away from that coronavirus if you can. It's taken a few of my friends. It's taken a lot of good people. I need you to stay safe, man. You got to stay safe out there. And thanks so much for dropping by. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.